Hey guys, welcome back to another video on TRK Gaming, and I'm here to show you a very simple training exercise that you can do to improve your gameplay. So we have a common scenario here against Ryu. Let's say for example, he knocks you down doing a combo. So I have a few recordings here of him doing something like this, a basic combo, and then followed up with an overhead. So obviously, if he does an overhead, you have to block high, right? So you cannot be crouch blocking. You're gonna get hit. So you have to block standing. But he can also do something like this, right? So he starts off with like a low hit, like a crouching low kick, which you have to block, of course, crouching, right? So if I stand up and block this, I'm gonna get hit, right? So I have to crouch block. Now, after a while, what will happen is that in order to block both of these attempts, you're going to start off like blocking in a crouching position, but you're going to quickly roll to a standing block. So it's kind of like how people describe a fuzzy block. It's something like that. So it's like you're crouch blocking for like a microsecond and then standing up to block. And that's how you're able to block both overhead, whether he's going for the overhead after or the low attack. But what's going to happen after a while is that you're going to see Ryu's movement, and you're going to be able to tell if he's going for the overhead or if he's going for the low after a while. So if we switch on both, let's just see how it goes. Right, so you see in that case, I quickly crouch block and then stood up and blocked. And that's how I was able to block the overhead at that point. Right, I missed it in that occasion. Right, I missed it again because I was crouching for a little too long. Right, it's a millisecond you have to crouch block and then stand up. Right. But after a while, you're gonna see when Ryu's hand reaches backward to do the overhead. More or less, an overhead attack has a startup of 20 frames, so it's very slow. So you should be able to see this coming after a while. And then the low attacks should be very quick. You will see that. You will know when that's coming. So if you're crouch blocking to negate the low attack, but you see him do this, you should be able to see the overhead in time because this is a very slow startup. Right? So that's just blocking the overhead as well as a low attack. But you can also throw in a different layer, and this will give you some good practice to what some people may do. And you will see this is a common pattern. They do a combo and then neutral jump and then do it twice, right? You see that a lot. Now, obviously, if you're playing for a character that has a DP, you shouldn't allow him to jump twice, right? Blocking, and then you should be ready to do your anti-air DP. So what would happen is that just run this option first and get accustomed to what this looks like. Pretend like you're blocking low and then get ready to do your anti-air, right? Right? So something like that. And Once you get accustomed to doing and recognizing the DP, right? Don't preemptively do the Dragon Punch motion because you know he's gonna jump, right? Try to practice looking out for a low attack first because we're gonna switch on all three of these and then see how good we're able to react to these three options. Now there are more options. Characters might go for a grab, a meaty, different things like that. But let's see how we are able to react to these three options first. Right, so I missed my anti-air there. Right, I was going good so far, but didn't pick up on the jump. Right, so what this exercise will also teach you is where are your eyes focused. So I noticed that if I'm not looking in the middle of the screen or in between both characters or focusing on my character, you need to strictly look at your character, your opponent. Look at what Ryu is doing, and that way you're better able to react to see when he's actually going to jump. You'll actually see his feet leave the ground and you know he's going to jump, or you see his hand move backwards to go for the overhead. So that's the thing, it helps you focus on your opponent and what they're doing. And remember to train both sides, right? Right, so that's it, guys. Simple exercise. Well, not so simple, but take your time with this one. If you're getting trouble, try doing one option at a time, get accustomed to it, and then add different layers. So one layer at a time. So remember, just be patient with yourself. And until next time, keep practicing, keep getting better at Street Fighter 6, and I will see you in the next video. Peace. Later.